Hello and welcome. Brett here with ClickMill. In this video, we're going to talk about meta titles and meta descriptions, which is another facet of on-page SEO that you're going to need to know how to do in order to rank your articles #1 on Google. All right. Now, when we go over to Google and we search a keyword, so for example, in this article, SEO for private schools is the keyword. I want to rank #1 for that. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to go SEO for private schools. Okay. I don't really care about this. I don't really care. This is the featured snippet thing. I'm going to go to the #1 ranking post and look the top couple. And we're going to start looking for trends. Okay. So first thing I notice, this is the meta title, by the way. This is the meta title. Meta meaning meta means to be above or outside of. So for example, physics is the study of the laws of physics in the universe. If you study metaphysics, it is the laws that govern stuff outside the universe. So that would be like, where does God live? That is a metaphysical discussion. How do the rules work there? Is there gravity where God is? It's like, who knows? That's metaphysics. So it's the physics above the physics. So this is the title above or beyond your actual article title. Now it should be exact, excuse me, it should be exactly the same as your article title, but it is called the meta title. Okay. So you'll notice SEO for private schools. What are they keyword targeting here? SEO for schools. Okay, so the first thing that I see is we could do a little, excuse me, we could do a little better than this article because they're not targeting the exact match keyword. They're just targeting a similar keyword. Okay, so we're going to definitely have SEO for private schools, but what do you notice? It's what's called front loaded, meaning that keyword shows up right at the beginning of that title. SEO for schools, tips for better ranking. Okay, so they've got tips and they've got that keyword stuffed right there at the beginning, and that is called front loading. That works better on some search engines than others. I have gotten #1 ranks on YouTube and another search engine for courses called Udemy by literally just putting the keyword the very first, and you'll just show up. Okay, now that's not always true. YouTube can be harder to rank on things, obviously, but sometimes they weight that more heavily. Now, Google does like that, but it's not going to be. They have a lot more factors with weights all over the place. So either way, so you'll see that's front loaded, tips for better ranking. Okay, well, what's the #2 do? Oh, SEO for private schools. So notice that's also front loaded. So we should probably realize that Google is wanting to just right there at the beginning. They're really going to prioritize that, it looks like, for this search. Visibility tips. We got more tips. So we've got tips and we've got tips. Okay, well, we should probably have a better tip sort of article. Okay. SEO for a school, also front loaded right there. Now they've got a really weird comma. This is a Reddit thread. This is crazy because when a Reddit thread shows up #3, it means there's no content for this keyword. And we also know, based on some of the things we've already looked at, the quality of our articles is much higher than the quality of things we're going to be seeing in here. The length, in here, they do have pictures. We need to add some pictures, but this is actually a pretty decent article. Wow. Okay. Well, either way, this is maybe 1,500 words, and that's a good article, but we're going to one up. We're going to do a little better. But SEO for schools, tips for a better ranking. Okay, cool. So they're doing their meta title, SEO for schools, tips, SEO for private schools, tips. All right. I think Rita is joining us. Yep. And we have SEO for a school. So that's ranking. And then you'll see other things. Independent school, different keyword, but that's ranking. Top 5 search engine optimization tips for schools. So we do have tips ranking, but you'll notice not front loaded and not ranking as high as it probably could. Top 10 ways to create a school SEO marketing strategy. Okay, so you'll notice other things, these list posts, 6 reasons keywords are vital for success for private schools. All these list posts are ranking lower than these 2, right? Or these top 3 right here. And these have very similar meta titles. Okay. So now let's look at, so we have an idea of probably how we want to go in and rework the title in the article for starters, but let's look at the meta description. So top ranking article here, we have optimize for brand and okay. So step 1, this is their table of contents. Get started with blank. Step 2, step 3. That's basically just putting in the titles, the header 2 titles into their meta title. Now, if you don't do this intentionally with the meta title, you won't have a meta title. Google will just pull something random, usually the first sentence out of your article. And that's not helpful because people who are looking here want to know what's in the article, not what the first sentence says that just randomly cuts off. So we want to make sure we're intentionally choosing our meta title based on what's working in the search engine results placements here, the SERPs. What's working here? SEO for private schools is key to attracting parents. Here's how to boost your schools. Okay, so that's a little bit different. It's saying, here's how to do it. Okay. Hi, everyone. I need some help. Okay. So this is someone asking a question, and that's going to work if people are looking for forums. Coming down further, we'll see some other sort of similar ones to the second one we saw. Now, what I'm going to do, because I've looked at these in a whole bunch of searches for similar audiences, is we're going to take actually the route that this number 1 for our meta title, we're going to take the route that this number 1 ranking post for, because I've actually seen this work with a lot of our posts where you basically just say, here's step 1 or here's tip 1. So this is what we're going to do for our post, because I know that does rank well, obviously here, but also for other articles. So this is how we look to see how do we want to structure our SEO title and our SEO description to get the highest possible click-through rate. So I want to just emphasize that click-through rate when you're using tools, for example, like Google Search Console. And this is a little tip for you guys. If you're coming into a website, we're going to look at ClickMail, and someone's paying you to come in and do SEO services, how do you know what to start working on? Well, go to their Google Search Console. You come in and you say, okay, look, we've got articles here. They're live. And when you come into the articles, go to pages. So you click on Google search results on all of them. You overview, come in here, and then look at the click-through rate. And you're going to kind of base it on 2 things. Number 1, what's average for their website? And then what should, if they're just really, really low, what's the lowest? Okay, so if I was going to look at the top 10, what would I be looking to increase this 4.5% down here? Okay, and what is that? Church event ideas. Okay, but let's go down a little further, because 4.5% is still pretty good, considering that the bottom of page 1 usually gets about a 2% click-through rate. So this means we're ranking 16 on average, but it's getting a click-through rate like we rank like 8 or not or 7, somewhere in there. So this is pretty good. But there we go. 2.8%. How do churches make money? 2.8% is pretty low compared to all the other things on our website. So I might come here. You'll see a 2.2% down here. How to grow a church. Okay. So we can definitely be optimizing these. How do churches make money? And so what I can do then, same thing. Oh, you know what? How about this? We're going to come over here. How do churches make money? Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things. I will pull up the meta title here, the meta titles of other top. Oh my gosh, check that out. There we are right there. We've got the search engine results placement feature right there. I love that. How do churches make money? Tithes, offerings, in-kind donations, but they can also explore additional income sources such as grants, sponsorships, or selling products and services. Yeah, you know who else says this? Nobody. And it's taking the most unique result here. Even though we don't rank number 1 for this, you'll notice we're not even close to the top on this search. But images, we have the top ranking image. So we have an image ranking. So we rank on the images number 1 because we titled the image properly and did SEO for the image. But we're still not showing up for the actual article, except that we just have the most notable little thing here that nobody else ever said. That's super cool. Let's see if we show up in the AI. We do. We're number 1 in the AI. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That's crazy. So, man, I got to come back and look at this. Okay, anyway, so coming back over here, let's see what the meta title and description actually does here. So I'm going to type this in, site : and when you do this, it will only pull up the exact URL you're looking at, but not open it. It will just show it to you in the SERPs and the search engine results placements. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that link, and we're going to look. How do churches make money? Increase church stability, ... Okay, so our title's cutting off because it's too long, But you see, we do have the keyword there front loaded, so that's good. But we could probably, work this and make that a little bit better. Okay. Churches can make money by selling branded merchandise like clothing, accessories, home decor. Okay. So this is just a random sentence. So it looks like we actually missed the meta title and description when we were building this page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually pull this up, and we'll fix this in real time. So this is super cool because this article is like ranking all over AI and search snippets. This is awesome. But let's look here. Okay, that's Reddit. Don't really care about Reddit. Vanco payments, the top sources of income for churches. So how are churches funded? Diversified income. Okay, so we do have sort of just the first sentence, which we really don't want to do that. There are several ways churches can make money, including doing, okay. So these are seeming to focus in here. Diversified sources of income, such as, so it is saying the diversified sources of income here. If I come down to churchgrowth.net, several ways churches can make revenue from donations, including tithings, offerings, funding, raising events. So here we go. These are the ways they can do it here. Okay. Churches are funded by a combination of donations from individuals in some case. Okay. So ways. So these are all talking about the ways, these top ranking ones, that churches can make money. And that makes sense because the title is How Do They Make Money? So 8 ways, and then we've got some ways down there. So what if I come down further, and we'll go down to poorer ranking articles? What you'll probably notice is they don't have any of that. It triggers taxation through unrelated business income, yada, yada, yada. Not talking about the ways. Some churches generate income through shops. Okay, so there are some ways here. Now you'll notice, though, no keyword in the meta title. So we can see why this one's not ranking better because they didn't keyword target their title. And they're talking about Baptist churches funded. That's not how churches make money. It's different. Okay. How to raise revenue with church events, not the same keyword, which makes sense there, but tickets, donations. One of the best ways is significant through, okay, so it didn't actually mention the ways, but it did say corporate sponsorships. So it probably could have had more of those. Individuals contribute through their ... So it doesn't have ways here. So it looks like actually just saying the ways that churches are funded is what we want to see in that meta description. So let's go ahead. We're going to go in and try to optimize this a little bit. And then we're going to tell Google, hey, the article is better now with the SEO. So we're going to edit the post. And this is the back end of editing. We do not edit posts with Elementor. That will blow up the website. Do you guys have any questions on this while this is loading up?
No.
Okay. All right. So here we go. How do churches make money? Now, we haven't looked at this yet. This is the Yoast tool, which I just closed. This is the Yoast tool. And the Yoast tool is going to input all of these different meta titles and meta descriptions as, into the page so that Google can read it. All right. Now, okay, so you'll notice we don't have the ways in the meta description. We do have the sections, the initial sections. What is a church? Wow, that's really basic. That's probably too basic. How do churches make money with tithes and offerings? How do churches make money with bit? No wonder it's not ranking. So we need to say how churches are doing that. So let's go up here. I'm looking for a list of ways churches make money. Aha, here we go. Okay, I just saw some. There we go. Grants. There we go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. All right. I'm going to copy this. So this is number 1. And here's how we're going to set this up. We're going to come in here and we're going to do this better than the other organizations so far. Okay. Here, I don't want to make it too long of a sentence. How about this? Top, how do churches make money? Question mark. And then we're going to go 1. And I'm going to paste this in. tithes and offerings. Then I'm going to say 2, and we're going to go copy the next one. We want to get into some really intriguing ones that maybe ministry leaders haven't considered, but we're going to go, where was this? What was that? Grants. Also, we could keyword target this better. How do churches make money? Selling products and service. How do churches make money? Grants. This could be better for sure. Okay. So 2, grants. 3, and let's go get the next one here. Where did we saw grants. Oh, and you see there we're selling Google Grant services, which is a little different than a grant, but still. Church sponsorships. Cool. This is where we're talking about sponsorships with businesses. You can make win-win deals. Maybe we need to talk about negotiating these deals at some point, which would be so great. Okay. In-kind donations, church sponsorships. Okay. In-kind donation, investment cap. That's interesting. Investing in a church. I don't know if I'd put that back in there, but you can't really invest in a church because nonprofits, at least in the US, do not have owners. So you can't really invest because you don't expect anything back. Here, let's see. Common financial investment capital. Okay, well, products and services is definitely one that should be in here. So we're going to maybe say 5 products and services. SERVICES. Okay. Now you'll notice the length here got too long. That red means it's too long. So I'm going to back it up there. ClickMel. Cool. So we've got our name there at the end. That's all right. Products and services. Okay, cool. So this is now a list, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a list. How do churches make money? List of ways they make money. I want to read that article, and that's why Google is putting those at the top. Now, our list is going to look better than the other lists because we broke it up more cleanly. And also, you'll notice we have the keyword in the meta description, which we absolutely need. Okay, so that was number 1 way to optimize the meta description. Now we need to optimize the title. Okay, so we only have on Google increase church stability ... So the 2024 doesn't even fit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this title because I don't want to sit here and think about this all day. And I am going to come over to ChatGPT and I am going to say, create me 10 viral title ideas for this blog title that are no more than 60 characters. That is why we get the ... because it's more than 60 characters. And that have the keyword front loaded like this. Okay. I'm going to say old title. So it knows the title. And I'm going to come here and say keyword front loaded like this. And it's already front loaded in the last one. So it should figure that out as well. I'm going to quote it, quote. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and let it go. How do churches? 5 creative strategies. Diverse revenue streams. Ooh, I like that. Diverse revenue streams. Maybe diversify revenue streams. Secret to financial health. Secret is a good one. That's like, ooh, what is it? Tips for financial growth. Funding faith in 2024. That's kind of interesting. That blends the faith with the money. Modern funding methods, boosting financial stability, innovative fundraising ideas, maximizing donations. Well, we're not just talking about donations, so that doesn't work. Essentials for 2024. Okay. I'm going to go with that one. Diverse revenue streams. We're going to go with that. And we'll try that. And you can change these. You don't have to go with its ideas, but I actually think that's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and do diverse revenue streams. And now what we have to do is that meta title has to be the same. And so we're going to come here. There we go. And I'm going to make sure that those are identical, because what happens is if I say title in the blog is one thing, and the meta title facing Google in the SERPs is something different. People see the title in the blog in the Google search engine results saying one thing, they click through, and then there's a different title. It's almost like a bait and switch. Ha ha ha, we got you. Now we're gonna sell you your Russian bride or something. Like, those are the types of things people have actually done with SEO. They make the meta title one thing and then they switch it up on people, and then there's something else there. And Google does not like it when you do that. And so you want to make sure that those two are the same. Michael and I, for those of you who have met Michael, one of our also awesome former interns, Michael and I made that mistake and we tanked the website's traffic. We got up to 115 a day and we started optimizing only the meta titles. And then the website started syncing and we could not figure out why, because we're like, these are better titles. It's because we didn't change the actual blog title too. And when we went back and made those blog titles match the new meta titles, the website had another bump in traffic because it looks more trustworthy. Any questions on that? Meta titles and meta descriptions?
No.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to update, and that is going to take us to the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about indexing, and we're going to look at what that means as we get over there. So thanks for being in this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.